ready.
Stop your whining.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And now it's third down.
Ready. 280.
52. 52 is the mic. You don't want none. Pick up the ball.
Ready, snap.
Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. So opening drive, third down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 49 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Ryan. He completes it to Jones. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Here's Ryan. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like...
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Falcons push further out in front. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Takk McKinley. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 42 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, 88.
Rodgers to throw once more. And that's complete to Adams. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Keanu Neal. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready, 280.
I'm coming after you.
39. Check. 51, down. Do what he said.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
20.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. It's Desmond Trufant. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at their 48-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta's 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Here's the fullback now. It's Keith Smith. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Gun. Hey, Charlie. 52. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Check. Penetration.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Ryan. And he's going to go down again.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Gun.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're fine. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Grady Jarrett forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Leg. Topper.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Looking deep downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And what a return as he brings us all the way back to the 25-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
On 2nd down, Freeman. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker too, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively. The kick by Bryant is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you
don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. Brandon Cooks, 53 yards, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Crosby with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Bravo! Hatch it. Check 52. Run right! Jump out! Shift! Wrap it.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And out across midfield down to the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And will they call it a touchback? No, it's out at the 1-yard line. They were inches there from blowing a golden scoring opportunity. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. One back in the game. That's Jones, second and goal.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our
They get it to him running left. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And a nice gain of 21 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
He's checking crack. Out. 6-6, pull it high. Back, come on. Boxing.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's letting it fly for Cook. And now here is another interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A loss of a yard. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Ready, 280. You don't see me and you're not. 51, Tom. You don't see me and you're not.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the whip.
Hey, South. Gun.
Motion.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they?
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Tack McKinley able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Here we go. Check 99. Check 99. Hey, check 26. Check back 20. Live. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Hey, orbit.
Rodgers now to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Tack McKinley bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. They go play action with Ryan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. This is brought in at the 21.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
At the 21-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Yeah.
Now it's Rodgers. On the crossing route, complete. It's Adams. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Rodgers now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. From the gun, Rodgers. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
29 yards. 1st down, Green Bay.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw is Rodgers. To throw again. This is caught by Williams. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a gain of 5 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. And again, it's Rodgers. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
At the 22-yard line.
Here's Ryan to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete.
Ryan's pass complete to Kevin Ridley. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
The Falcons on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Freeman. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Ready, Blue 80! Blue 80!
You get tired of seeing me.
Yeah. You don't want none.
Throwing on 2nd down. Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Hey, Haywood!
24 is the mic. Bring it. 24 is the mic. I got wide. 24 is the mic.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll look to throw. The left side throw complete to Adams. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Watch twins.
10-30. Check that right now. You got 58. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Get 300. We are going. Hey, wahoo.
He's back to throw. Can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Grady Jarrett in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down.
Safety's great. Hey, dude.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Check 13. Check 13.
Check 30. Go, go.
Back to throw. Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Get 300. Get 300.
Check the back. Check the back.
Yeah, live. Hey, exit. Zoom.
Back to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
26.
54 Mike. Check. Watch 54. I hope you brought your left, because I'm about to take this.
He'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
He's checking.
Hey, Mike. Hey, 88. Hey, Alpha.
Mike 5-4. You can't block me. Alert 3.
Over.
Back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 15-yard line.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long